Hello, 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 everybody. My name is Sonia Marie, and I'm here to give you the astrological weekly rundown that I do every week. Normally, I'll go to IG first and put up a little blurb, or I should say, an indication of what we're about to talk about here, a slight indication. But our Mercury retrograde is doing its thing. Bijou is in the place to be. What's up, young lady? I miss you, miss seeing your face and laughing with you. We'll wait for a few other people to come on in. Hi, Nicole. I'm so grateful to be here. I'm really, really grateful to be alive. I'll be really happy when the retreat is on its way and doing its thing. 35 wonderful people. I think it's been downsized to 30, not 35 people are going to Yosemite for our fourth annual Word Life Astrology Retreat on October 20th through the 24th. It's going to be a blast. A lot is going down. I'll be really, really truthful with you. Yo, Mercury retrograde is a pain in the asshole right now. I just want to get that out. It's a pain in the asshole. I'm just going to say that. Now, just a little bit of astrological knowledge. The people we probably need to lean on are Libras, to be truthful with you. Maybe a Gemini or an Aquarius, depending on what else is in their chart. And I'm sure half of you know why. Well, the sun is in Libra right now. Mercury is in Libra right now. There's a new moon on Wednesday that's going to be in Libra as well. Mars is in Libra too. So it's like this Mercury retrograde in Libra is not affecting everybody. Libras are probably the only ones that feel kind of like in sync with what's going on, even though it may be a little bit of mishap to them. It's like, we can get back up because we have these other planets, like I said, Mars and the sun and yeah, Mars and the sun helping it out. Now, bust this though. Those that may be feeling a little contention, I dropped something real quick. Those who may be feeling a little contention or tension are cancers, myself. If you have any sun, moon, or rise in Cancer or sun, moon, or rise in Capricorn, those are feeling it a little bit differently than the rest of the people. Why? Because Cancer and Capricorn squares Libra. And a square is a challenge, right? The square is a challenge, and a challenge helps you to grow. Well, I tell you honestly, I'm growing like a motherfucker. Well, this Mercury retrograde is going on from I can't even get my thoughts together. Is going on until the 18th of October. So I'm really, really happy when that comes, because then I'll just be ready for our retreat. I'm babbling on y'all, but I wanted to give y'all a little information on that because it's a hard one. Now, I'm also about to babble a little bit more with a little bit more insight and allowing some downloads to come through because I've been feeling you. I've been feeling myself. I've been feeling my friends, my best friend, my mom, my guy. Like I've been feeling so many people, and I wanted to share what it is that I'm feeling in some downloads. Talk about what's happening for this week, and then go ahead and read maybe one or two people with their sun, their moon, and their rise. Y'all ready to roll? You surrender. Medea, how are you, sweetie pie? Foxy Queen, oh yes. Instagram sucks right now. Listen, no. I tried to post my little 30-second, that's what I was about to say. I tried to post my little 30-second joint on Instagram right now and post in the story and let everybody know, give people a little heads up as to when I was coming on here. And Instagram is bugging. Like truly, Mercury retrograde has it doing some other shit right now. So I said, you know what? I'm just gonna go to YouTube and just make this thing happen. And prayerfully, people will come on, but we'll have the video here for later on so people can check it out. So if you know anybody that normally comes in here and watches this live and interacts with y'all, please let them know that I am on live and I didn't give anybody any kind of warnings because I can't. Instagram is bugging because of Mercury retrograde. I'm just saying. Is it Facebook, Twitter, and IG? They're all down. I did try to post on Facebook too. Well, there you go. There you have it, Bijou. But let me say what's up to the people. I appreciate you being here. This is going to be a long one, I suspect, because a lot of information wants to come through. So hold on, okay? What's up? What's up? What's up? Lotus Mama J is here. Hi, Kimberly. How are you, sweetheart? Amon is here. Nice to see you as well. La 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 la. Foxy Queen. Yes, I did say hello to you. Medea said hello to you. Last week's session, spot on. Oh, thank you, darling. I appreciate that. I like to share, as y'all all know. And when it comes through strongly, I'm like, at least somebody in the universe can feel what I'm feeling. So that's my reason for sharing. And I'm glad it was spot for you. Hey, Chanel, what's going on? D King is here. And that's about that. What's up, Nick? I'm so glad that y'all came. Hi, Ty. Hi, Catherine. Nice to see you here. Yo, let's talk about what's going on. I was tempted to go on IG this weekend, but to be truthful with you, I'm gonna be really, really candid with y'all. I said I'm not. You know why? Because there was a moment. I'm just gonna tell y'all how I'm feeling, okay? Humor me, entertain me for a moment, and give me some whys, some yes, or some thumbs up, some likes on this YouTube thing. Talk among your friends and let me know, and let everybody else know if any of this resonates with you. There's a lot going on, and it's making people feel full to the rim. With these 6 planets that are going retrograde, Chiron going retrograde, and then we're at the tail end of about 3 of them about to go direct. Normally, when 3 planets are about to go direct, just like they're about to go retrograde, it gets a little hairy, and the information and the messaging behind whatever planets are going retrograde becomes a little bit more exasperated. It's almost like riding on a 405 or riding on a damn highway and there's a lot of traffic. At some point you get used to the traffic and you just flow. That would be Mercury retrograde for the last 5 months, or I should say all these planets retrograde for the last 5 months, and you're like, okay, it's traffic, I'm gonna deal with it. But imagine trying to get off of that mug. Imagine trying to get off of the highway while there's traffic. People are not merging properly. You know what I mean? Folks are coming up, swooming behind you, trying to be first. I can't stand when people do that. Squirrel. Like, oh, why are we in competition when we driving? You're going to get one car ahead of me just because, you want to win? Anyway. So imagine trying to get off of this highway while there's traffic. That's what this feeling is about. The meaning, the retrograde meaning, the understanding that's coming from Saturn and Pluto and Uranus and Neptune and Jupiter, and it going retrograde, it's kind of slamming to a halt, and everybody's trying to get off the highway now because we're tired of being in traffic. We're tired of recollecting what these energies mean to us going retrograde. Saturn being its fears and its lessons, Jupiter being this overwhelming sensation that will not stop, reminding us of the opportunities and the optimism that we have to hold on to. How can you do that, really, holding on to Jupiter's optimism when there's so many other things that are going on that's telling you not? That's a whole thought. Uranus going retrograde, showing us our innovative selves, our individuality, and what it is that we need to do in order to match the weirdo in us, in order to match the individuality that's within us to our outsides, to our environment. That is not as easy as it sounds. Neptune taking off the veil, creating all delusions, telling all delusions to just smash and shatter and seeing the real for what it is. All of this shit is going on at the same time. So now all of this energy is like, okay, I'm over reviewing all of this shit for you and to you. I think I missed the planet Pluto. Pluto going retrograde, allowing us to review our power and our transformative energy, trying to get us to see where our superiority lies versus somebody else's, right? All of this shit is going retrograde. So imagine us seeing all of this and then having to get off the highway and say, okay, I'm done, I'm over with it. And now it's getting a little bit more congested, a little bit more freaked the fuck out. Why? Because now we're done and we're over with reviewing what all of these things are bringing up. It's exhausting. So this weekend, I was like, I know I'm not the only one feeling this. And I want to share it with people. And I want to kind of put people at ease, going 5 minutes before I went on this rant, and go on IG this weekend. But I didn't have it, y'all. I swear to goodness, I didn't have it. It was so up on my throat. All of this information coming up, feeling everybody going through it at the same time. I couldn't even talk about it. Now, it being the fact that we are being shown, I'm going to just say it in layman's terms because this is who Sonia is. Yo, we're being shown how fucked up we are. 444, love it, Mina love. We're being shown where we made particular mistakes. We're being shown why we procrastinate in certain things. We're being shown how we kept ourselves in denial and drugged up, like literally possibly, or maybe like, metaphorically drugged and drunk and confused and deluded because we wanted to believe a thing, because we were really, really dead set on projection. Projection is a motherfucker. This is a little bug. Projection is a motherfucker. And for the last 5 months, we have not been able to clearly or successfully put our projections and what it is that we're going through on other people. Why? Because these retrograde moments are not allowing us. As soon as we say to somebody, well, you did this, it's boomeranging right back. Well, what the fuck did you do? As soon as you say, well, you're scared of this and you've been procrastinating and you haven't been doing it, boom, it comes right back to you. Well, what the fuck have you been doing? Again, this weekend, it kind of got to a head for everybody. I cannot tell you last week how many people was just freaking, not only freaking the fuck out, but really had nowhere to go with their freak out. Does that make sense to anybody? Peace to Tinjin. What's going on, Tinjin? Does that make sense to anybody? Like truly, truly talk to me and talk among yourselves. Like needing to get this thing off, but can't go nowhere. You can't go to the regular people that you usually vent to. You can't go to your honey because they're going through the same thing. You can't go to a therapist because the therapist is like, yo, you got 5 more minutes. I'm putting you on the clock because I got my own shit. Like for real, everybody has been dealing with their own reveal. So here's the other part of that, in which I'm going to parlay some shit. Here's the other part of that. The other part of that is about changing the perspective on what it is that we're seeing. Even though it's incredibly difficult to go through. And it was kind of like about 4 or 5 days ago. Let me say like around Wednesday or Thursday, when it really hit the hilt because the moon was in Cancer. I am going back and reviewing y'all because I want to talk about this. And I know a lot of you, if you're not going through what it is that I'm talking about, you're dealing with people that are going through it. On top of that, Mercury retrograde, not allowing us to speak and say exactly what it is that we mean, and we mean to say. So it's forcing some of us to be quiet, but at the same time, it's sharing a lot of information that seems like misinformation. There's way too much going on. So last week, it really hit a nail when that moon was in Cancer. Y'all feeling me? You lost your voice Thursday. Look at that, my dear. Lord have mercy. Last week, it really hit a nail when that moon was in Cancer. Again, I'm growing towards this week so we can get a nice full arc. This is how I teach. This is how I share. Because we kind of have to, as a Cancer, as that crab, sometimes it's good to step back in order to see what you did so you know where you're going. This is how I see it anyway. My thinking. Last week when that moon was in Cancer, it was emotional. So shit blew apart in an emotional level, a sensitive level. Don't say that to me. Don't say this to me. Don't do that. Like everything was taken so incredibly personal, right? So there were a lot of emotional explosions. And then the moon went into Leo, which allowed it to be a little lighter. But at the same time, if you were still full, if you were still reviewing all these planets, including 6 planets, including Chiron, which is going reverse, showing you your wounds that you need to heal from. Do I need that? Do I absolutely need that when all these other planets are revealing whatever the fuck they're revealing? And then here comes Chiron saying, well, you forgot something. You forgot that you got a pain in your ass and you got to deal with that pain in the ass. And that pain in the ass actually comes from you. It's inside your own ass and you got to pull that pain out. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't nobody else's fault but your own fault. That's what Chiron reverse is showing, right? How you going to heal from that thing? So then when that moon in Leo is dealing with all of these retro planets, you can kind of be a little light with it, try to have some fun with it. But at the same time, maybe you were the one that caught some feelings in regards to your ego. Yo, don't tell me who I am. Don't tell me what to do. I know you love me and all that, and I'm going through problems and you going through problems, but don't tell me what to do. Step back. I got my boundaries. Hey. That moon in Leo was like coming at people, dealing with all of this review shit and this retro shit, almost like, yo, you know, I'm dealing with it, but do you have to come so hard? That's how that moon in Leo reacted for a lot of people, which didn't help us to get through it, which allowed it to still to be a little bit filling. Does this make sense to anybody? Because I feel like I'm kind of going off track. You had to check yourself a few times, Miss Limitless. Yes. I did too. To the point where I thank God for my mother. I just love mothers. I mean, the ones that, you know, could really listen, because I just exploded on my mom and I had to get it out because I carry so much. So the bottom line, it was like coming up to here. There's only so much you can review. There's only so much you can be told you fucked up. There's only so much you can be told, I am afraid of this. There's only so much you can be told, like, take the veil off and look at the real, deal with the real. Okay, I'm dealing with the real. All right. So then we're in Libra season, and Libra season, and it's Mars and its sun position, its new moon about to slide in. It's saying, don't do it by yourself, though. Find somebody to do it with, and or at the very least, see some fairness in it all. See some justice in it all. Pull back and do yourself a favor. Look at the pros and cons of all the things that you've been revealing. Okay, I can do that, but my feelings are still hurt. Well, if your feelings are still hurt, do the things that you need to do in order to move through this. And that's where discipline comes involved. I was talking yesterday, one of these days, because I've been talking a lot, trying to push myself through it. And we were talking about the Merc. Oh, I'm going to share that story. Y'all want to hear a really interesting story? Y'all hear what I'm saying? No, 100 snaps, all that. Listen, here's a story. So with this energy, feeling like it's like murky. It's very, very murky, very unclear, very revealing, so much going on. Again, boomeranging back to ourselves. We're trying to get a hold on it, feeling sensitive about it, responding in an egotistical way. Today we have some reprieve because that moon is in Virgo. Virgo is like, okay, let's put some details on this shit. Let's deal with this shit, right? Let me express how I think is best to deal with it. And it seems like a very general point, but I'm going to do my best to make it general and simple for you, but that you can have some kind of aha space and say, wow, I think I see some kind of, relationship to that. So long story short, it is a cute story, but back in the day, in the 90s, before kids and all kind of situations, we would jump in the car and just drive down to Mexico. One time we went, and it was a good 5 of us or so, and we kind of just drove. We didn't know where we was going. One of my friends was pregnant, and we was just rolling. To be truthful with you, we end up wanting to go whale watching. We pulled over to the side. We saw a little sign that said, whale watching here, $20 a person, whatever the case may be, right? But the tide was out. So in order to get to the boat, we had to walk through the muck. We had to walk through black sand, literally, off the coast of Mexico. Black sand that was filled with sand and whale shit and dead freaking, microorganisms and fish and all kinds of stuff, right? A Few of us was like, I'm gonna keep my shoes on. I don't know what the hell I'm walking through. Well, me, in that moment in time, this may be TMI, but just roll with me. I has these really weird bumps and fungus on my feet. I don't know where it came from. Maybe it's these weird shoes that I had. And it was on my feet for like a day and a half, 2 days or so. And I said, fuck this shit. I'm taking off my shoes. I'm going to walk through the goddamn muck. I'm going to walk through this dirty, whale-infested sand for a good, I don't know, maybe 500 feet, maybe a little bit longer. The story goes, we get to the boat, we go whale watching. I wake up the next morning, my fungus is gone. Everything off of my toes is clear. The shit bust. My skin is back to normal. Y'all already get the point of my story? We're in the murk. Sometimes we have to expose ourselves while we're in it. Sometimes we have to blow the fuck up. Sometimes we gotta rip the skin off the goddamn pus of the bump. Sometimes we gotta put up boundaries. Sometimes we gotta let people know, not today. You understand what I'm saying? I'm walking through the muck. I'm doing my best, staying present in this moment in time, because I have no idea what this muck is doing to my body, doing to my situation. All I know is I want to go see the whales. All I know is that there's some pleasure on the end of this thing. There's something that I'm excited to do. Does this make sense to y'all? Those healing waters, that's for damn sure. But we are in the healing waters is my point. And it's the point of the analogy of where we're going. So I wanted to express this to you so emphatically. 21 minutes, 21 seconds just passed by. That bugged me out real quick. But I wanted to express this so emphatically because I felt so many people. Let me tell you, I pray for you. I pray for all the people that I connect with on social media. I pray for my family, my friends. I pray hard. And I was like, I can feel everybody going through this and everybody feeling like they're going through the muck, right? And it feels thicker because we're getting off that highway now, because the planets are slowing down now. Saturn is slowing down. Pluto is slowing down. And I believe Jupiter is slowing down. Why? Because all this month, Pluto and Saturn and Jupiter are about to go direct. So there's a slowdown happening. So we see and feel this muck even more. Did that make sense to y'all? Does that make sense? Yes, y'all. Does that make sense? Like, for real. We have to understand that it's doing something. It's eradicating the pus. It's eradicating the anger. It's eradicating the things that we held on to in the past that made us who we were. We're not that any longer. This is going to be a long post, or whatever you call this thing, live. We're not that any longer. So sometimes we have to get like submerged in that shit to the point where we're freaking out, possibly having nervous breakdowns, crying, exploding on people, feeling alone and lonely and tucked back in a space in which nobody understands. God, I felt that so heavy this weekend. Nobody gets me. Nobody gets where I'm going. Nobody understands my emotions. This person does this and this person does that. And people comparing themselves to other people. That's your story. That's not my story. You have no idea what kind of weight, what kind of shit I carry. Here's the deal. Nobody does, but we all got something. We all got something. So how perfect is it that we are in Libra season that says, you got something? Let me listen. Do yourself a favor, y'all, and do a friend of yours a favor, or your sister or your brother, whoever you want to pick, your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, or boyfriend. Do yourself a favor. Sit with them tonight. Please and very please, sometime this week, here's a little bit of homework that I'd really like to impart on you. Put a timer on if you must, 15 minutes, and allow that person to say everything that they need to say that's on their heart and their mind with no interruptions. Not even a, yeah, girl, I felt that. None of that. No words, no sound. Just let the person say something. Squirrel, do you know that when you communicate with people, and all of a sudden you interject your story in relationship to what that person is going through, there's a slight minimization that happens. Does that make sense to anybody? I mean, yeah, we can have a conversation about light things. Oh, that shit happened to you. Oh, that happened to me too, girl. When I was in Mexico and I had a fungus and I went through blah, 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 blah. You know, yeah. I know when that happens. Yeah, that's like superficial shit. But when people are talking about their heartfelt shit and damn near their skin is coming off their face because they're crying so much, and you interject with, well, shit, that ain't nothing. Look what happened to me. You just minimized their emotion. You just tried to trump and come and fucking compete with what it is that they're going through. That's not fair. That's not how you utilize Libra energy. Do y'all hear me? Am I wrong for saying this? Am I wrong for saying this? But going back to that exercise, yo, put the timer on 10, 15 minutes, however long you want to do it. Don't say nothing. And then flip it and allow that person to unleash on you without comparing themselves to your story. Start the fucking board over. Start it fresh and allow them to say whatever it is that's on their heart and mind. That's how we utilize Libra energy in this moment in time. As this new moon is coming up on Wednesday, what time? 7, not right. Oh yeah, 7:05 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The new moon will be in Libra, allowing you, and that could be a great day to do this exercise, allowing you to open up and see a new perspective to how you relate to people, and you may see a new person in that person. Get what I'm saying? Because oftentimes, if we are cutting people off and we're competing with our own story, you're not seeing the person that's actually saying something. Not only are you minimizing them, you're not hearing their cry nor their plea. You're not understanding or respecting their position. You're continually comparing yourself to them, and you think that, oh, they got it. They'll be all right. They're fine. They'll work through this thing. Listen to my story. You just cut them off of their own pain. Does this make sense to y'all? Try that on Wednesday. Just try it. It's way too much going on in the universe right now. And actually, it's going to get a little lighter this week. But last week was a doozy. And I pray for you. I pray for myself. I pray for everybody, because I want us to walk through the muck so the fungus can be gone, so the past can be eradicated from in ways in which you wanted to drop certain habits and situations. So we can get off the highway, staying with my analogies. We can get off the highway, negotiating through traffic and feel like a brand new person once we hit them side streets. God damn, that was something else. Now I'm home. Woo, that was interesting. Y'all feeling me? I wish I can see faces. I wish I can see faces right now, because it has not been easy. It hasn't been easy. And often I really want you to do yourself a favor and don't beat yourself up for not being the perfect friend or the perfect daughter or the perfect husband or the perfect, brother or whoever you are. Please, please, please don't beat yourself up for that. We are going through our own transformation, and it's going to be so much easier. Truthfully, when does that happen? On Thursday, when Venus goes into Sagittarius. Now, I didn't mention that. I haven't mentioned any of that, right? Venus has been in Scorpio the whole time. The fuck is wrong with Sonia? I had to laugh and cough and do a whole bunch of expelling on that. Why? Because I forgot. Venus and Scorpio. So the desire and the passion, the worth of it all, has been forcing us to go deeper into the muck. Do y'all get that? Any astrologers out there know exactly what the heck I'm talking about? Venus dealing with beauty and value, self-worth, money, passion, desire, and deep-ass Scorpio. So the whole time, the last, few weeks anyway, we've been going through this tail end of this muck. Because these 5 planets for sure. Saturn, I keep repeating myself so y'all can get it. Saturn, Jupiter, Neptune, and Pluto, and Uranus have been going retrograde since around about end of April, May. So the muck's already started. You dig what I'm saying? At the tail end, Venus wants to go into Scorpio. Venus wants to go into Scorpio and take that passion even further. They're like, get it, get it, get it, get it. Get down dirty with it. It's almost like when you're digging for a booger. You can't superficially dig for a big ass booger. You just can't. Oh, I'm just gonna play with this thing. You better go into the bathroom, get a tissue, and go for it. That's what Venus and Scorpio said. If we're gonna do this thing, let's do it deep and hard and do it good, make it feel good. Let's go deep with it. However, on Thursday, Venus is going to give us a little reprieve and tip into Sagittarius at what time, Sonia? 7:21 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all got my analogy though, right? The booger analogy. Venus and Scorp was like, yo, let's just go. Let's go get it. And that's what we've been feeling, to go get it, to be involved, to commit to it, to be extreme with that shit if you must. If you must. Because why? Because the past is gone. Because the ages are changing. If y'all do a deep dive into any of these damn videos that I put up here, we've been setting this thing up for the last couple of years. Not just Sonia, a bunch of astrologers, a bunch of healers, a bunch of spiritualists. But if you notice, there's a lot of healers that are stepping back. Why? Because this energy is even too much for a lot of people trying to hold space for other people. But everybody's crashing to the door trying to get out. That's not natural. Understand that. It's not natural. I feel like I'm about to go crazy. I don't even know where to go right now. Let's go to the present. So today, the moon goes into Virgo. I'm glad y'all rolling with me. Thank you for the likes. If you could, please put a couple more up so YouTube knows I'm doing my job. I love the fact that there's a couple of people in here. And hopefully you can share this video with some people if you so feel so inclined. I was told, Squirrel, Sonia, I don't like to share your videos with people. I said, wait, what? That's not nice. And honestly, from her candid perspective, she said, I just want you to be my little, mentor, my thought, my little voice of wisdom. And I want to share you with everybody. So I guess on some level, that's a compliment. But in another way, like, let everybody get this thing here. Shit, if I got it, I want to share it with everybody. So y'all go and share this video and share the likes of Sonia Marie and how the information comes through me. I just went to mama mode. But bust it. What's helping us out this week is that moon going into Virgo today, because Virgo goes, wait, hold on. Stop your sniveling. Stop crying. Let's get to a solution. Let's figure out the details. In particular, the moon in Virgo is trining Uranus going retrograde today. And it's also trining Pluto going retrograde. Why? And that's a nice little trine with the moon being here, Pluto being here, and Uranus being here. The moon is Virgo, Pluto is Capricorn, Uranus is Taurus. That's a nice triangle where the moon is leading us through our power of Pluto, and through Uranus, the swift changes that need to happen. Does this make sense to y'all? Yes? So today, that moon in Virgo is saying, yo, can we put some information? Can we get some information? Can we get some perfection on this thing? Can we get some details? Can we analyze what's really going on? Can we look at the murk a little closer with our magnifying glass and show and see exactly why the fungus, dried up? And see exactly what it is that we need to do next. See exactly how we're going to go off of this highway. What are the steps? What's the strategy here? Is that moon in Virgo is saying. And because it's the moon, it's emotional. So it's kind of wrapping us up to go, yo, get it together, cuz. Get it together. We're good. We're in the muck. It feels a little like quicksand. You get pulled back if you go to the left just a little bit too much. You think that's a happy spot, but no, whoop, you get sucked right back in that thing. But today it's like looking at why that happened. Today it's like looking at what ingredients are in the murk and in the muck that can help us, that's regenerating us. Shit, how can we recreate that little formula of regeneration when we need it again? That's what Virgo says. Virgo's like, yo, I'm not going to take none of this personally. I just want to know how to patent that shit so I can not only sell it, but service people with it. Give it away. Does this make sense to y'all? See the process, Medea says. See the process, Virgoian style. That's exactly right. Right? So again, Uranus, with that moon hitting Uranus, is about seeing your individuality, seeing the changes that need to happen quick and very quick. So we don't get pulled back into that murk and we can't breathe now. Now we're fucked up, right? The moon in Virgo says, as it trines Pluto, sit back and see what power you're gaining from it and what power you are willing to lose and just surrender to. We don't always have to have the answer, and we don't always have to be powerful in some kind of way. You dig what I'm saying? Lend it to somebody else as they help you through it. Simultaneously, we're in Libra season, so we can connect with people to help us find the justice and the fairness of that. Be that mediator to kind of do your best to pull into your own ideas and what needs to happen next in this murk. But share that, right? Absolutely share that, even when in silence. As I relate to that exercise I was talking about. As it relates to that exercise I was talking about. Yo, squirrel, Mercury retrograde got a sister talking Chinese when nobody in the room understands it. I swear to goodness, it's something else. Now, tomorrow, here's a little bit of this is an interesting situation. I'm not going to go too far deep, even though I'm 35 minutes in. Bust it. Tomorrow, Mercury retrograde, quincunxes Neptune retrograde. That's a big deal. I love that y'all talking. Thank you, Amon. I appreciate you. I'm like, can I talk? Can I say the right words? Yo, Mercury retrograde, quincunxing, which is an irritation to that Neptune going reverse. I could not get on here and not talk about this. Why? Because Mercury retrograde, the trip up of communication and strategy and people not emailing properly, IG, Twitter, and Facebook going down, blah, blah, blah. Whatever the case, the situation and the misunderstandings that are happening and the communication that's going awry is irritating the fact that Neptune is being revealed. What does that look like? No longer, like I said earlier, duping yourself. So now you're tripping yourself up in your mind about the things that you no longer wanted to be in denial about. So that's Mercury retrograde on motherfucking steroids. Did anybody get that? I'm going to reevaluate what I said and say it again. Mercury retrograde and its misunderstandings are not seeing clearly what Neptune is trying to reveal and take you and take you off of your delusions about. So now, bottom line, you're bringing back your delusions. Did I hear that properly? Did I hear that properly? I can actually, it's probably best I don't drink a bunch of alcohol, but can I shoot up some heroin? Can I smoke a little crack? Neptune, delusions and abuse, or I should say substance abuse, you know, the delusions and the confusions that we put on ourselves. Now Mercury retrograde is saying, did I really hear that right? Are you sure? Can we do something else to keep the veil on, goddamn? Can I hide? Can I please hide? No. You remember that in Get Out, y'all? That was my favorite scene when the sister was like, no. She should have got a fucking Oscar Academy Award for that. For real. Can I dupe myself in my confusion of Mercury retrograde? Do y'all have that? Check yourself tomorrow on that, please. On Tuesday, please check yourself. And people around you will probably do the same thing. I mean, I think I should be. I think he was cute. I think I should just let him come back in. Okay, now you letting your Mercury retrograde ass. He misdialed you. He didn't call you Mercury retro. He butt dialed. No, bitch. He really called me. No, I think he butt dialed. Did you call him back? I did, but he never called me back. He's definitely butt dialed you. Because if he really called you, he really had something to say to you. He would have called you back after the butt dial, or definitely after the time that you called him to see if he called you. Y'all see the confusion in this Mercury retro up against this Neptune, giving more confusion because now you want to relieve yourself of the confusion. But no, he actually called me. Come on. Grow up, grow out, move. Get out of the murk. Don't stay back in that thing. Oh, I think. You had all this time to think about that shit. Or else the motherfucker would have called back 2 days ago, two months ago, last year. Are y'all hearing me? Don't dupe yourself back into delusion tomorrow. That's a very, very strong aspect that I needed to share with y'all. Again, Wednesday, new moon in Libra. Also, Pluto goes direct that day. The first planet out of all these murky motherfuckers to go to go direct. What time? 2:29 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please make a note of it, because Pluto is probably the stirrer upper. Pluto is probably that mug that just, is on the bottom of the damn bowl, just making sure it just stays goddamn murky and convoluted, because that's what Pluto does. Right? I call Pluto the Tasmanian devil. It just comes in and just whips shit up. Like, why you whipping? Just cause I want to destroy shit. Cause I'm 4'11" and I want to just knock shit down and let people know that I'm big and I'm bad and I'm bougie. I'm big and I'm bad. Like, why? So now Pluto in its powerful self, that's why we're feeling its power right now, because it's slowing down and it's the first to go direct. So it's wobbling, been wobbling. We got used to the wobble, dealing with Pluto's power and its readjustment of it all. Now it slows down. And as it slows down, you feel it even more. You're like, I'd rather you just go faster. And it's like, nah, because I'm about to go direct. So as it does this, you feel the effects of it more. The power trip, the transformation, death, and rebirth. Knock on wood, there's so many people leaving. This last weekend, next couple of days, you will hear of more and more people transitioning. Why? Because that death and life planet is doing its thing, right? Death is a beautiful thing, though, y'all. Although it sparks our emotions and can take us out oftentimes, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing, just like birth. And that's what Pluto deals with. Pluto wants you to see what's dying and what needs to be reborn, what needs to transition in order for new energy to come through. Always, almost always, as an elder that dies in a family and a baby is about to be born or about to be conceived. That's just what happens. It's natural. So the bottom line is, it's going direct. I'm talking a lot today. I hope y'all don't mind. Y'all want me to be quiet? I can get off of this thing. It's going direct. First planet to slow down. That ain't easy. That ain't easy. So hold your hat. I'm just saying. Hold your hat while that new moon is there too. Ooh, I just felt a little burst of energy. What else? Other point that I want to make. Okay. We're all doing our best to see the details and the process and the strategy in which we need to move forward this week, which is going to help us out, allow us to come together with our partners with that new moon energy that's coming. Pluto going direct, taking its boot off our neck is in regards to power and superiority. And then as the weekend comes, as the weekend comes, we get a momentum. There's a lot of aspects this week with Mars. There's a lot of aspects this month with Mars, but favorable. So whereas last week we may have had some confrontations, we may have felt a little butthurt, we may have been a little angry about some shit and just popping off just to pop off. This week it's about getting the details. It's about learning the strategy and the process of it, and then putting it into motion in some kind of way. Now, here's the trick. There's not too much you can do to put things in motion and have it succeed. I'm not saying that God is not God and God can't override Mercury retrograde, but Mercury retrograde could absolutely throw a monkey wrench if you're moving too fast to try to succeed and be too ambitious with Mars behind it, telling you go, 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 go. Everything is good. Just go, go, go. You can go. Put a prayer on that thing. You can go, but check on it about 3 or 4 times. You can go, but if it happens to come back, know that you have to go again, maybe 2 or 3 times in order for us to get it right. Because that's what Mercury retrograde is doing to this Mars energy that just propels us. It's like, come on, get out of the muck. I am trying to get out of the muck, but my toe is stuck. So I guess there's still some more fungus on my big toe. Let my arm and everything else go forward, and I can get that at the last little minute. That makes sense? That visual makes sense to you? Do yourself a favor and be careful with how you move. And forgive yourself and everybody else if they have you going in different directions. Just take a breath and regroup and go the direction that you need to go into. All right? That makes sense? I'm trying to generalize this week because I don't want to go and talk way too much more. 43 minutes? Wow. Okay. So on Sunday, we're going before another power hour. Who said that last time? I love that. So on Sunday is what I like. Sunday, Saturn is the next planet to go direct at 10:17 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Amon. Yes, yes, y'all. To the beach, y'all. Don't stop, y'all. Listen, so Sunday is that day. Here comes Saturn. Saturn's going to slow down all week. So what does that look like? Again, if Pluto is slowing down, showing you its little transfer of power, when Saturn slows down, your fears are going to come back up and it's going to seem a little bit more exasperated. Like freaking toothpaste coming up out of the tube. You sure you got all of that out? Your fears, your lessons, making sure that you're hearing that properly, making sure that you did you get that lesson? And your mom or somebody that you love, your best friend, anybody will actually say that to you. Did you really get that? I want you to like put that on a piece of paper next to your bed when you wake up and you can see that thing, because after Saturn goes direct, not to say that you won't be learning the lessons or adding to learning the lesson a little bit more, but a big bulk of it, a big bulk of the review, that is, will be over. Make sense? Saturn deals with discipline and restrictions too, limitations, issues with our dad. That's a huge, huge freaking deal. Issues with our dad. That's the hallway. In my mind, I was just like, whoo, do I really want to talk about that? Because, father energy, that patriarchal energy helps us in the rearing of things to either have some type of stability or some type of solid commitment in our lives, or the lack of it. So when Saturn is going direct and it's slowing down, you may feel a little bit hurt or be reminded of the fact that your dad wasn't here and you felt a little bit lonely. You felt less protected. You felt less secure. So I need to bring up these feelings again, these fears again, these lessons again I need to hear. I don't have too much discipline. I don't have too much restrictions or limitations. I need to go above and beyond it. No. Hold on. Because at the end of the day, your dad's only job, true, just like your mother, was to get you to the planet. That was an intentional pregnant pause. We put way too much responsibility on our parents to rear us as adults, people who are valid citizens, for worthy citizens for the planet Earth. Their job was to get us here. That's what their assignment was. Regardless of how good a parent they was, how bad a parent, their job was to get us here. Now it's on you, boo-boo. Now it's on you. So review that Saturn shit in regards to your dad's information and what he shows you. The limitations, the restrictions, the fears that come up around whatever he did or what he did not do. And forgive him. And forgive whatever child that been responding in whatever kind of way, in the brattish kind of way, in the emotional way, and the one that put up the fucking rigid wall and doesn't want to love anybody because your dad didn't love you. So fuck it, I'm not going to love anybody. I'm not going to open this thing up to anyone. No, forgive all of that, man. Do y'all see how imperative it is to continue to reiterate these things that are happening in our skies right now, in our illustrious universe right now, that's literally guiding our way? It ain't like it was 10 years ago. It ain't like it was 15 years ago, 5 years ago, a year ago. Why? Because we're growing, we are evolving, and everybody in the solar system is doing the same thing, evolving. It's not the same report. So I want y'all to get this. On Sunday, again, Saturn going direct. It's also realignment with hope. Optimism is needed. Yes. Why? Because the moon is sextile in Mercury retrograde on Sunday. The moon is sextile in Mars on Sunday. The moon is sextile in the sun on Sunday. That's a very hopeful day. So after you done got all this thing out, had some direction, talk to your boo, did that little exercise on Wednesday, see the new moon energy of Libra coming through, grabbing partners and medium and being the median to certain things and trying to smooth things out, balance things out. Be open to these retrograde planets going direct and giving their last little nail in the coffin about the lessons you were supposed to get. The moment, the things you were supposed to get on Sunday, it's like sitting in that and celebrating that. and knowing that, okay, it's time to move forward now. I got what I needed. And whatever it is that I need after this, God will provide. Understand that. Because there's one or two people on here that's like hell bent on writing a fucking checklist right now. Should I write the checklist, Sonia? Make sure that I got everything done. No, listen. If you have 20 things on this checklist that you have to review, all these planets in Chiron going retrograde, and you get through 12 of them, God bless you, boo. God bless you. Don't be so hard on yourself. There's no such thing as perfection. And when we heal in increments. We don't heal all at one time and then we're done and we're over with. Nah, we're healing until our last freaking breath. So be easy on you because I like you. I like you for showing up. I like you for sharing this. I like you and I love you because you are God's child. And the God in me sees the God in you for sure, for sure. And I'm helping you through this as you're helping me through it. So I don't want you to be hard on yourself. Please and very please, because we're all in this shit together. I want to read one person because I think that somebody held on, or maybe two. I just don't like that I sometimes talk too long. It's already 50 minutes, and I don't want to hold on too many people, but give me your sun, your moon, and your rising. Anybody wants a quick read? I only pray that this information helped you just a little bit. Like I really, really mean that in my heart of hearts. Please put a little likes, thumbs up, likes on this YouTube thing so they know I'm doing my job. I'd appreciate that. Thank you, Baba 1920. And I love all the comments that you put in the comment section. I appreciate your support. You always say some wonderful, beautiful, beautiful, encouraging things in regards to the my post and my my lives that I have going up here, Baba. I really appreciate that. I really, really do. Oh, thank you, Kimberly. Thank you so much. Okay, Lotus Mama J. She has a Pisces sun, Cancer moon, Leo rising. Ooh-wee. I know a little bit about that. First of all, I love Pisces people. Big up to that 12th sign, that wise sign, that all-knowing sign that sometimes doesn't believe it all knows. I love Pisces energy for the fact that they are the most unconditional lovers ever. Ever, Lotus Mama J. Pisces sun, Cancer moon, Leo rising. Okay. Big lovers, right? Pisces people, absolutely, and I think I've said this before, but it's worth repeating, are psychic sponges, energetic sponges, for sure, right? They go out into the world like Scorpios and Cancer, but Pisces doing it in a way in which is they take it on willingly because they believe that that's how they service humanity. I'm just going to take it all. I'm just going to take it on. I'm just going to take it and I'll deal with it so you can be free. That's Pisces energy. Until you go home and you recognize that your face is fucking peeling or something because you done took on way too much information. So Pisces energy has to do it. I should say have to clean off all day, every day. Or at least once a day. Go to the beach, go take a really good shower, take a bath. I mean, shut your day off, shut your phone off, shut people out. The imbalanced nature of Pisces energy is believing that nobody can move on without your unconditional love. They need me. They need me to take care of them. Do they really? A famous example that I have that I always use this with my clients, especially those that have some Pisces and some Virgo influence. If your neighbor comes knocks on your door for sugar, somebody has heard me say this before. Knocks on your door and asks for sugar, and you don't answer the door, what do you think your neighbor's going to do? I'll wait. I'm going to sip my little tea right here. What do you think your neighbor's going to do? This is to the Pisces, to Virgo people, to anybody. I'll tell you what they're going to do. They're going to go and find somebody else to give them sugar. That's what they're going to do. So to that Pisces energy, Mama J, you're not the one. You're not the hell-bent one, the savior that's supposed to give the sugar. No. You can keep your doors. Yep. LA lady said keep knocking. And if you keep knocking, the cops may come. But if they stop knocking, they're either going to bring their lazy ass to the store or they're going to go to the next neighbor's door and ask them for some sugar. Does this make sense for this Pisces sister? And I'm saying that in conjunction with your moon in Cancer, because that moon in Cancer is the all in, be all mama. The Pisces wants to give and be that sponge for everything that needs to happen for that person to make sure life is good. And then that Cancer moon responds with that mother nourishing energy, like, I am definitely going to take care of you, and I'm going to take care of your kids, and I'm going to take care of you emotionally. I'm going to give you the best hugs. But I tell you who shuts it down, that Leo rise. So allow Mama J, that Leo rise, to come up and give boundaries when needed. Even if they're fun-loving boundaries. It's okay. All right, everybody. Even if you talk shit. That's what I mean by fun-loving boundaries. All right, everybody. Y'all got to go and get out my house now. I love you to death. I took care of you. I fed you. I cooked for you. I gave you blankets. Now it's time to go. Because that's how that Leo rise shows up. People thinks it's bullying. Yeah, it is. People thinks it's stubborn. Absolutely it is. But Leo energy, like all fixed signs, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, and Aquarius, has boundaries. Absolutely has boundaries, either spoken or unspoken. They have boundaries because they're fixed and they're rooted. So utilize your Leo rise boundaries, please, to keep people away from getting to that Pisces and that Cancer energy in which people want to drain the fuck out of you all day and night, especially now. Why? Because people trying to get out of the muck and out of traffic. Does that make sense to y'all? Most importantly, Lotus Mama J. Does that make sense? Cool. You ain't got to go home, Pooh, but you got to get the hell out of here. All right, cheeks. Sonia. Soiree? Oh, my ass is so funny sometimes to me. A Libra sun, moon in Sag, Capricorn rise. All right. That Libra sun and that Capricorn rise, that's a square. So how you emote, how you protect yourself and who you are sometimes gets a little convoluted. Your rising, how you show up and represent yourself, and who you are two different people. That Libra is charming. That Libra is, she's the mediator. She's the one that wants to make sure everybody is good. She's the fair one. She's the snarky one. She's a little cynical at times too. You got to prove things to that Libra. But that rise, Capricorn rise, is very responsible. She's not as charming. She shows up to work. She shows up to be responsible. I know a bunch of Capricorn rise people, and they're always looking for a goddamn project. And how about this? Even people become their project. So you got to be careful of that. If you feel bored, Miss Chic, I'm just going to call you that because I don't know what that last word is. Soiree? Okay, I did go to college. Soiree, chic, soiree. Okay, that Capricorn rising comes up and just wants to be, responsible for anybody and everything. Capricorn, serious, responsible, hell-bent on reaching the top and being ambitious. That's how you come forth. But that moon in Sag, thank God that's there. At least keeps you smiling. That keeps you hopeful. It keeps you positive, right? And it works very, very well with your Libra sun, because Capricorn rise and Capricorn energy can be, even though it's hell-bent on doing work and being focused on winning, it can be a little depressive sometimes too. Capricorn energy, because it's so hell-bent to win. If something goes wrong, it slides and it goes into this deep kind of like woe is me kind of thing. What did I not do in order to get to the top? So your moon in Sag helps to keep you smiling, keeps you hopeful, because just like Capricorn can be pessimistic, Sagittarius energy can be incredibly optimistic, sometimes too much. And sometimes Sagittarius energy promises too much and has a hard time delivering it. Why? Because it's like, yeah, everything can happen. No, in actuality, everything can't happen. In reality, everything can't happen because we only got 24 hours in a day and you're only one person, chick. So what you doing? So be careful of that, being over optimistic, but it keeps you light and airy and keeps you moving and keeps you very, 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 very successful. Can I borrow $1? I'm just joking. All right. I think I'm off of this thing. It is 58 minutes and 24 seconds, and I'm happy to be here. Happy to share information with you. I pray that you share this as well, and that you tune in next week. For real, there's a lot going on, but we're in it together, okay? We're in it together. Trust and know. I may not ever see you ever in my life, but I know what you're going through. I can feel you, and I'm praying for you. We're going to work this out. You know why? We have no other choice. If you need to pause, pause. If you need to be quiet, be quiet. If you need to express yourself in a not so favorable way, preempt it with, this shit is going to sound a little crazy, but I'm about to go there. And unleash. Why? Because you got to respect yourself too. And you got to respect yourself for being courageous enough to even stand in the motherfucking muck. How about that? You're courageous enough to even be there, even be here. You had choices. Trust and believe. All right, I'm out of here. I love y'all. Be good to yourself and be good to each other. Be patient and easy and give yourself grace.